Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel and some hold my beers, some OP replays. We have two fantastic replays for you tonight. We have the AMX 1357 and then we have a truly amazing double Sheridan. So Cinex from the Purple Clan. I think it's Cinex or Sinx. We're just going to go with Cinex. So great player, absolutely fantastic player. This tank here is absolutely so much fun to play. If you haven't played it or if you haven't got it, when this tank does come for sale, it does usually come for quite cheap. Of course, it is the like a bat chat, like a tier 7 bat chat, kind of, but with 6 shells, and it really is good. It doesn't have the high alpha gun, of course, but it is a really fun tank to play. With the 6 shell auto loader, it really does make a difference, and it makes it a lot more fun than if it would have 3 shells with higher alpha. I think that the 6 shells just makes it even more fun to play, and you kind of annoy people because people don't know, a lot of people don't know it has 6 shells. It's not really a popular tank, and when you're just coming around, especially if you're coming up against a heavy tank and you can circle them, you're just getting shot all the time, and that you're just like, what the hell, what is going on? I'm getting absolutely ripped apart. 6 shells, how many shells has it got? Just like the 87 autoloader with the 10 shell, people just don't know how to deal with it, and it annoys people because you don't know how many shots has been shot, and you don't know when it's reloading. And the best thing with this tank, it only has a 1 second intra-clip between each shell, so you're just shooting 1 second, shoot, 1 second, shoot, and then you're on a reload. And the reload, to be honest, isn't that bad for a 6 shell autoloader. It isn't that bad. So 3 shots here, 3 shots left, 1 shot there, and you can see just a 9.1 second reload, which is nothing really. Of course, it is a light tank as well, so if you need to get the hell out of there, you can do it pretty easy because it has that speed to get the hell out of there. And then you could just bully heavy tanks. You could bully heavy tanks. You could bully tanks with no turret like the AT-15 here, and that is exactly what Cinex is going to do this game. So 2,000 damage done so far with 3 kills, and now he can get behind this AT-15A. Of course, getting rid of a tank like this is a must because it has almost 4,000 DPM for a tier 7 tank. So getting rid of a tank like that, yeah, it's a must. You got to remember, of course, again, you don't have no armor. You don't have no armor. So I definitely recommend going against tanks with sort of between 300 and 400 hit points. As long as you have your 6 shells, you should be you should manage to take care of those guys. So just clear up the tanks, and then later on you could do the damage with higher hit point tanks. So 5 kills now. It is a 2 versus 2. There's the AMX M449 over there. Not an easy tank to come up against, especially frontally, because as you can see, there is well, it's pretty red. When you come up against it in this tank, it is pretty red. So it is vital you get around the tank, get behind it, get to the side of it, and then you can absolutely bully this tank. And now it only has 300 and, well, a bit less now. There goes the last remaining teammate of his, so he is now on his own. So still a lot of work to do, and he's a 2-shot. He's a 2-shot to the turtle. He's on 6 kills, still plenty of time left, 3.5 minutes left on the clock. He's on 3.4k damage, but this turtle is still pretty much full hit points. But where is the turtle? Come on, turtle, where are you? Of course, it's luckily for him, the turtle doesn't have a turret, so if he can manage to get behind him, as long as he's not in the town area, he should be able to do this. As long as he can get behind him, he should be able to just bully this guy. But of course, if he's in the town, it will be a lot more difficult to be able to circle him. But he's a good player, he knows exactly what he's doing, and he just needs to be very careful not to be shot, because if he's shot, he then is a one-shot, and it's going to be even more difficult. So there's the turtle. He's going to just rush in. Is he looking? No, he's not. He is able to get behind, but unluckily for our guy Cinex now, he does have that building next to. So fair play to the turtle. He's not just out there in the open searching for a light tank when you're in a slow tank like the turtle. At least he had cover. And because of that, it's now made it a lot more difficult for Cinex to try and deal with. However, he is on 3.7k damage now, 2 minutes left on the clock, so the time is started to tick down, and he's on 6 kills. So he's going to want the 7th kill, and there's still quite a bit of damage. It's still going to take probably 2 magazines. I don't think he'll be able to clear the turtle with the one magazine. I think 770 is just a little bit too much, but he now has caught the turtle off guard. He's going to use the mobility to get around. There's 3 shots, there's 4 shots, there's 5 shots, there's 6 shots, and now unfortunately he has left him on a 2 shot. He needs to get out of there to reload again. And luckily he's not been shot either, so if he reloads, now he has reloaded, he can actually just rush in, take a shot, and it doesn't matter. And that's exactly what he does, but he doesn't get shot. 3 shots there to clear him. 4.5k damage, so not the best damage, but 4.5k damage in this tank is actually really, really good. And to get 7 kills in a tier 8 game as well, that was an absolutely brilliant game there. So thank you for sending me that replays in. Nice Rosani medal and a well-deserved ace. 4.5k damage, and he even blocked a little bit of damage, not too much, but he blocked a shot at least. So a nice amount of credits as well. And a mega carry for a tier 8 game. I mean, look at that. 2 other people does over a K, and he carries. So next up we have Bad Bunny, and they are in with the Mad King in a platoon of Sheridans. Now this game is really, really good. Unfortunately, there could be another Rosani medal here, and to be honest, when you get platoons like this and there's an opportunity for your platoon mate to get a Rosani medal, usually you would try your hardest. You would try your hardest to give your platoon mate the Rosani medal. It's just what happens. As long as you don't sacrifice the game, you would try your hardest for your platoon mate to get that Rosani medal. Let's see what happens. So straight away, nice shot there. Straight away, 545 damage. Now, this tank is obviously really good. It used to be a lot better in a platoon when 2 of you are in Sheridans in this kind of position with the missiles, because you would just dominate. If you knew how to use the missiles, you would absolutely dominate, because you can shoot these guys here and they wouldn't be able to shoot you. So yeah, with the missiles in this kind of positions, in a platoon especially, 2 missiles coming at you, you would really, really dominate the game. But of course, Wargaming removed the missiles from this tank, so now you have to actually show yourself to take the shot. Of course, doesn't have the best of pens, doesn't have the best of DPM, and the armor, I mean, the armor is always been troll on the Sheridan, but when you're running 2 Sheridans, of course it is always good to work together, because 600 alpha, 600 plus alpha per shot you can do. So you could do sort of 1200 to 1300 damage if you focus fire, just like this guy here. I mean, that was a bit of a fail, HE into the back chat, and there we go. He didn't need to ram and lose a little bit of hit points, but you know, he did. It brings him down to a 1 shot, and his platoon mate does manage to clear him. And now again, working together brings that guy down to a 1 shot, and his platoon mate clears him as well. So now it is a 5 versus 5. There's the T-22 there, a dangerous target, but if both of these tanks work together, they can clear this T-22 very, very quickly. Of course, there is the T-54 there as well. 1 shot. Unfortunately, his platoon mate did bounce that shot on the T-22, which would have been a 1 shot. It would have brought the T-22 down to a 1 shot, and he probably wouldn't have cleared the T-54 there. So again, working well as a team, focusing the same targets. His teammate now has 3 kills. It's a 3 versus 4. They don't have too many hit points left, so now they are doing the right thing. They are running away. All 4 tanks are basically together on the enemy team. And that is not good for anybody. You need to separate these tanks. They're slow tanks. You need to separate them. You need to run away and go play them from distance, and exactly what they're doing. So well played to both of these guys in the Sheridan. Of course, the tank destroyer there is just going to get wrecked now. He's been spotted, and they are going to focus him. But while they are doing that, they are still getting some nice shots. Now they have isolated the mouse, so he was able to just circle him, get a shot, and run away. Unfortunately, he does get shot from the Badger, and there goes the Death Star. So it is now a 2 versus 4. Again, if they focus the same tanks, it could easily be doable, but they don't have a lot of hit points left. 3 kills for his platoon mate. So at this point, what do you do? Do you just leave your platoon mate to go for the one-shots while you just farm damage? Or if you've got the opportunity to kill the mouse, would you kill the mouse knowing that your platoon mate won't get the Rezani medal? It's a difficult one. Now, at the moment, it doesn't really matter what they do because it doesn't look like it's going to be a win. Now, he's already done a good job, 4.6k damage, and there goes the mouse. So at least they are still focusing on the lower hit point tanks, which is an absolute must. Now, his platoon mate is now a one-shot. There's still 3 tanks left to deal with. All of them have a lot of hit points to deal with, a lot of hit points. Of course, the VK here, again, if they focus together, one shot from each of these Sheridans, that VK will be a goner. So they do still need to focus the same tanks if they can. They have the mobility, they have the speed to get around, and the VK especially now, they should be rushing this VK. They should be going for the VK because he is now isolated away from his team. So yeah, I mean, it's a difficult one because you already think like it's impossible to get a win. So maybe just get as much damage as you can. And now with the waffle coming from behind, I think that would have been a perfect opportunity to go and rush the VK. But both of these guys being on a one shot to 2 of these tanks doesn't make it easy. So they are now going to rush the waffle, one shot there into the waffle, and they're in an awful situation now. Luckily, both of these guys, the waffle and the Badger, both misses their shot. Now, the waffle is now a one shot, the VK is a potential one shot, and it's just the Badger left alive, well, with hit points, and he does now take a shot, which again is very, very unfortunate. But I still think he is now going to go for that waffle. So he's going to take the Rezani medal from his teammate. But taking that waffle out has now actually changed the outcome of this game. Like it looked like a loss from a mile away. It looked like a loss. But now it's a 2 versus 2. The VK is a one shot. The Badger is a one shot each. They can easily do this game. But I'm going to still stick to what I said earlier. They should have gone for this VK way before they would have cleared the waffle and going for the Badger. So that there, he did the right thing. He knew he couldn't pen the VK. So what they're doing now is just spamming him with HE. So all of a sudden, this VK is now a one-shot, and it's just going to take a quick glance there and kill him. So that there was very good play. And all of a sudden, both of these guys are still alive against the Badger. That is a slow tank, very slow tank, doesn't have a turret, and now the Badger has one Sheridan either side, so he can only look in one direction. So of course, as soon as he turns one way, the other Sheridan's going to come out. And at this point, our guy here is on 7.6k damage. He's going to want 8k, and of course his platoon mate is going to allow that, which is fair enough. They share the kills in the end, and that was a fantastic win, a really, really good win, and a nice double Sheridan showcase there. 8.7k damage for him, 3 kills, and a beautiful carry from these two. Love seeing this kind of platoon game. Thank you for sending me the replay. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye. With